Let's talk about screening option trades for specific strategies. In this video, we're going to walk through how you can use the Quantcha trade screeners to find candidate option trades that meet your precise requirements. To begin with, our trade screeners extend our stock screener. As a result, you can assume that almost everything available in the stock screener is also available in each trade screener. To learn about all of our stock level filters, please check out that video. One key thing we need to cover here has to do with how a given trade is evaluated. Since we're analyzing the entire market for potential opportunities, it's important to employ a method that equitably compares the risks and returns across different stocks and time horizons. To do this, we analyze the returns of each trade based on its intrinsic value at expiration. We also evaluate it using a price range modeled against its implied volatility. For example, these trade strategies use a modeled range of a single volatility movement up or down as their projected ranges. That means that if we're looking at options expiring in 1 year and the underlying has an implied volatility of 10%, each trade would be modeled for an expected range of their forward price plus or minus 10%. Their forward price would be calculated based on the expected dividends and the risk-free rate drift. All of these trades are modeled using a plus or minus 2 volatility movement. In addition, we provide the ability to view and sort using actual or annualized returns. If the time window for trades is relatively small, then actual returns are generally fine. However, if you're comparing trades that differ by weeks or months, then annualizing their returns may be a much better option for comparison. Now let's dig into the tools. We'll start off on the dashboard. Our trade screeners are broken down by option strategy and enable you to filter across all stocks and dates to find the specific trades you're looking for. If you already know the stock and date you'd like to trade against, then our options search is a better choice. On the other hand, if you already know which strategy you'd like to use and are just looking for the right opportunity, our trade screeners are the way to go. If you have any save screens, they'll be available at the top of the screener's landing page. You can also click through to the stock screener if you're just looking for specific kinds of stocks. We offer many different trade strategies based on a variety of market views. We have screeners for bullish and bearish strategies, as well as those that are neutral and focused on high or low movement of the underlying. In this case, we're going to screen for covered calls. The user experience for all trade screeners is the same. Once you feel comfortable with one, you'll be able to use any of them. It's usually a good idea to start at the top of the screener where you can set your time horizon. This window limits the expiration dates of options used for trades. Let's say we're looking to open a trade expiring at least 3 weeks out, and we're looking for a window of about 3 weeks wide. Notice how the search results are already updated to reflect our new requirements. If you have a budget in mind, you can set it here, and the trades will be filtered out if they have a higher entry point. Qualifying trades will be scaled to meet your available budget in the event that you can afford multiple quantities. Otherwise, leave your budget at 0 to model single quantity trades. And if you specify a brokerage, we'll try to account for their fees and commissions. Moving to the left side of the screen, you'll see the ability to manage save screens, which works just like it does for the stock screener. Next, we have the ability to sort trades by their flat, average, minimum, or maximum expected returns, with or without being annualized first. All of the stock filters from the stock screener are available here, although there are 2 additional trade-specific options. First, you can specify how you would like to handle options that have dividends prior to expiration. For example, let's say we don't want to risk getting assigned due to a dividend before the covered call expires. We can simply say that we're only open to dividends that occur after expiration. This will also include stocks that don't pay a dividend at all. There is a similar filter for earnings where you can specify how you want to treat options that expire before or after the next earnings announcement. Like we did for dividends, let's configure the screener to make sure no earnings announcements are expected before the options expire. Note how each time we apply the changes, our results are immediately updated. Further down is a set of filters that are applied to each option in a given trade. You can specify the bid-ask range for an option, which is particularly useful if you don't want to sell options under a certain threshold. You can also define the minimum open interest for each leg. There is a filter for assignment risk, which is modeled based on the likelihood that an option will be exercised at or before expiration. You can also filter based on the current moneyness of the options. A negative moneyness is considered out of the money, which is a relatively high call strike or a relatively low put strike. Keep in mind that if you set any filters for options, they will be enforced across all option legs in a given trade. The last set of filters allows you to define minimum return thresholds for trades. Now let's take a look at our candidate trades. Each result includes basic company details, such as the name, symbol, price, and daily change at the top. After that, you'll see the trade expiration, a list of option legs, and the entry cost or credit per share. At the bottom of each row is the projected price range for the underlying that was used to model the returns displayed. If you find a trade you like, you can click to expand it in order to view more detail. The top level includes a brief trade analysis that breaks out the execution plan. Next, you'll see a table of option legs that includes your side, the bid-ask spread, open interest, volume, moneyness, and exercise risk for each option. Finally, you'll get the details on the underlying stock borrowed from the stock screener. If you like this trade and want to dive into it in depth, simply click the Analyze button to view it in the Trade Analyzer. So that was a quick tour of our option strategy screeners. But beyond the tools available at Quantcha.com, we also offer an API where you can access virtually all of the same functionality for integration with your personal or professional tools. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below or hit us up at hello@Quantcha.com. As always, good luck and good hunting.